We are absolutely delighted to have in the studio with us this morning. He's a living legend. Do you mind being called a living legend?
Yes, I object to that. A half-dead semi-legend.
That's a good T-shirt. Half-dead semi-legend.
The one and only Justin Currie is here with us this morning in the studio to talk all things Amitri and the tour that is coming up later in the year. Good morning, Justin Currie.
Good morning.
Good morning. You did say to us, I hope you don't mind me revealing this to the nation, you did reveal to us that you've only just 5 minutes ago rolled out of bed to come into the studio.
Yes, and I got here exactly a minute early.
But you did roll out of bed. So if 20 minutes ago you were in your bed?
Yes, I was asleep 20 minutes ago.
How much do rock and roll stars hate interviews on breakfast shows at this time in the morning?
It's kind of alright if you're on tour, but if you're at home and you're used to, going to bed.
Snuggling in.
I mean, I don't usually fall asleep till about 4 a.m. So,
oh, wow.
Are you one of them?
Yeah, I'm a night owl.
So you're asleep during the day like a vampire?
Yes. Quite often in the months of winter, I don't see daylight for months at a time. And then eventually, when the clocks go forward, I can start creeping out. Although, I have to say, yesterday I had a lovely walk around Botanic Gardens because it was actually sunny. And I feel I've got a vitamin D boost. So otherwise, I wouldn't have made it this morning.
So thanks to the sunshine yesterday, you made it this morning.
The only reason you're here is because you had a wee bit of sunshine in your skin. I love it.
Justin Currie is with us this morning. We're talking, as I said, all things Amitri, the tour coming up later in the year. You've also got a book out as well, haven't you?
Well, yes, somebody foolishly published a book that what I wrote last year. And I think that there's a paperback coming out this year.
Oh, is there? Kat was hoping that you would bring in a copy of the book, but I take it you haven't brought in a copy of the book.
Do you know what? I got 10, and they went really quickly because there was a whole load of people that I'd been quite rude about in the book. But I thought I'd better send them copies and allow them to read it before they sue me.
Who were you the rudest about?
Well, I was kind of the rudest about one of the other bands on the bill in the American tour that we did, that we were bottom of the bill of. But I don't know them, and I don't like them, so that doesn't matter.
Who were they?
I don't.
All right, okay. Buy the book.
Did you have to buy the book?
You'll never have heard of them, but they were above us on the bill, and they were unspeakable.
Oh,
wow. Love it. Come on, Justin.
But the last copy of that I have is currently holding up my telly. Because you know these flat screen tellies and people put them on their walls?
Aye.
Yeah.
Or like they put them above their fires?
Aye.
And I think those tellies are just so ugly. So I have mine as low as possible, so when you walk into the room you can't see it, which means you have to sort of lean very deeply into the corner of the sofa, almost on your back to watch it. And it's got these spindly wee legs on it, and 2 of them are kind of broken, so I have to prop up one end of the telly using books. And 2 of my books are the perfect height for my telly. So they're the last one. So if you wanted me to bring a copy of my book, I could have brought one, but my telly
would have a wonky telly.
A squint TV.
I wouldn't do that
no,
to
I
you.
really wouldn't.
And there'd be a dent in the cover of the book from the leg of the TV as well.
It's a very cheap television. It's not that heavy. Well, I did come in my bike. It's a form of rolling, isn't it?
Did you? Oh, you rode your bike?
I did.
Right. And how long did that take you?
About 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Downhill then.
Well, kind of flat, really. I can actually wave at you from my bedroom. You haven't noticed yet.
Oh, have you been doing that every morning?
Yeah, you've just.
Can we do this tomorrow? I'm not lying. I'm going to actually wave to you. And if nobody waves back, I'm going to be really upset, Justin.
We can just run a mic cable over the river.
We could have done that. Aye. Justin Currie is with us this morning from Amitri, and the band were formed in 1980.
Is that what it says there?
That's what it says.
I'll go with that.
Do you not remember?
It was, yes. I think maybe we came up with the name in 1979. Maybe I was trying to work this out recently.
Okay.
I mean, when bands form, it's a bit of a kind of moot issue because we've had so many different members over the years. It's like, which version of Amitri are we talking about? You could say that we formed a few years ago.
So it does say on Wikipedia. So we're going to go with that. Are you okay with that?
I kind of trust Wikipedia.
Okay, we're going to go with Wikipedia. So you're formed in 1980. And then what I did is I had a look at some of the bands that were around in the 80s. Not the 90s, just the 80s. I'm going to rattle through these bands. Simple Minds, this is from Scotland, right? Scottish bands. Simple Minds, Orange Juice, The Proclaimers, Deacon Blue, Cocktail Twins, The Associates, Wet Wet Wet, Big Country, The Bluebells, Aztec Camera, Texas, Altered Images, Party Fears 2, The Blue Nile, Jesus and the Mary Chain, Annie Lennox and the Eurythmics, Run Rig, Goodbye Mr Mackenzie, Hip Sway, to name a few.
Did a song title appear in there, or was there a band called Party Fears too?
No, that was the Associates.
Oh, sorry,
no.
The Associates. Sorry, The Associates. Yeah, did I say Party Fears 2?
There may well have been a band called Party Fears 2
No.
that signed a massive deal with EMI in 1986.
But, I mean, that is some lineup for Scottish bands in the 1980s, and you were part of that.
We were the sort of latter part of it. I mean, our first album came out in 1985. Our first single came out in 1983. Most of those bands you're talking about, the kind of first wave of the Simple Minds / Postcard Records revolution in the west of Scotland, that just engendered this enormous enthusiasm for, forming bands and making music. So we were a direct product of that. If it wasn't for Orange Juice and Aztec Camera and Joseph Kay and Postcard Records, we would never have picked up a guitar.
Oh, really?
So then all the way through the 80s you had all these bands like us that were inspired by that.
And see, back then, would you have any idea that 40 years on, you're still getting away with it? You're still
Look at your
playing.
face.
You're still selling out gigs.
Your face said it all there.
Do you know what I mean? Because it is incredible.
I was saying this to Ian the other day. Is that can you believe we're still doing this? And there's we're well into our 60s. This is really bizarre. I'm sure if you told us, we'd have been over the moon about it. You know, because I mean the other alternatives were not particularly choice. I mean I used to work in restaurants, which I really enjoyed, but I wouldn't want to be doing that now. I don't think I could stand up for that long, to be quite honest. I couldn't take the stress of being a chef again. No way.
Oh, you're a chef?
Yeah, for a year a burger chef, a chef in a sort of trendy
Do you mean like
hamburger
in
restaurant.
a? Oh, like all right, okay.
No, not.
I thought you meant like in a
not
McDonald's
in a
or
big chain.
something.
No, it was
Right.
Like gourmet burger?
a kind of family-owned
Yeah.
burger restaurant on Suckwell Street, and
Okay.
yeah, that
So
was.
if we were to come to your house for dinner, what's your speciality then? If you got like.
I mean, you're only across the road for us, so we'll pop over for lunch one day.
I
Now
don't-
you are West End, so I'm expecting some quinoa and avocado or something.
Yeah,
Bit of lobster.
I honestly don't know what quinoa is. I'd probably just give you some studenty pasta.
Student pasta's good.
Yeah, just stuff.
Cheese
Maybe
in
some
it.
tomatoes, lots of parmesan.
People are upset with me for not mentioning Hue and Cry in that list.
Of
I
course.
thought you did.
I did I?
Oh, maybe you didn't. So
No, I
thought you
didn't
did.
actually.
There's so many.
There's
it was
so
just
many. But the reason that I chose all these Scottish bands because they were all around in the 1980s. I
Yeah.
didn't realise how many there were around at that time. I mean, what an impact Scottish bands had on music at that time.
Well, after the kind of explosion of Postcard Records, as I said, and to a certain extent the kind of international success of Simple Minds, there was a period in Glasgow that's kind of called the Gold Rush, where all the major record companies every week were coming up and watching gigs.
Because of Simple Minds.
Well, just because of the interest in the Glasgow music scene at that point, and for about 5 or 6 years after that, your wee sister could make a demo in the attic and probably get a record deal. Everybody was, or at least a publishing deal.
Wow.
And the great thing about that was a lot of money from effectively the London recording industry came into Glasgow, and that allowed the setup of a whole network of recording studios and rehearsal studios. So by the time we were sort of up and running, there were guitar techs you could hire, and there were people who'd been working in the, in inverted commas, music business in Glasgow that wouldn't have existed 5 years before.
Right, okay.
And that was just all this money that poured in from these major record companies in the mid-80s.
And
it went on for nearly 10 years.
And
It
if
was
that
crazy.
didn't happen, Amitri doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't, as I say, we wouldn't have been inspired to pick up a guitar if it wasn't for Edwin Collins and Joseph Kay. So
I just want to know, do you actually have a wee sister in an attic?
did I say that?
Can we let her out in time for your gigs? 'Cause you've got some months ahead of you.
She's not called Muriel and she's not 49.
Oh.
Sure, the news is on the way soon. We are running a wee bit late, but does it really matter? You've got a legend in the studio. In a way, the music's getting in the way. Do you know what I mean? The news is getting in the way because I just want to talk to you all day.
I'm happy to listen to the music, to be honest.
It's like I'm just enjoying the tunes. That was one of your pals, though, eh? Graham Skinner from Hipsway.
Yeah, extremely lovely man.
Yeah.
And also a annoyingly brilliant rock star. Every time I go and see him live, it just annoys me because he looks exactly the same as he did 40 years ago, and he's still cool.
Do you no longer consider yourself a rock star?
I'm not a rock star. I love being called a rock star.
You were a pin-up back in your day.
Yeah, I'm not very sure what a pin-up is. Maybe a blue tack up.
So you can take it down if I change my mind.
It's lovely to be called a rock star, but I don't really think that's what.
You've never
what
looked at yourself as a rock star. I mean, you got the guitar, you've got the songs, you had the look. You didn't see yourself in that.
In the 90s, when I had several pairs of leather trousers, I had pretensions to being a rock star. But our tongues were always kind of in our cheeks when we were doing that. We were kind of aping and trying to make fun of that whole thing, and at the same time sneakily trying to sell some concert tickets.
I remember watching an episode of Top of the Pops on BBC4, and you were wearing leather trousers, sat on a stool with a guitar.
That's a paradox, isn't it, or something? That's
a bold
not
move,
right.
or just sweaty.
Yeah. My niece told me at Christmas one year, she turned around to me when she was about 9 years old, very seriously, and she said, "Justin, you know that you can't wear leather trousers when you're over the age of 40. And so I took note of that, and as soon as I turned 40, they all went straight to the charity shop.
They're away.
And actually, my leather trousers weren't leather, they were plasticated cotton. I like that.
Oh, pleather. They're called pleather.
Yeah, but the pleather in those days sort of looked like leather, whereas now it's sort of designed to look like pleather in a way. So, fake leather, fake leather or something.
Very warm.
And then once we made a bit of money, I could afford to buy proper leather things, but you can't put them in the washing machine.
No, you can't. No.
And I'm telling you,
they did have a few stories to tell, eh?
If you're a rock star.
You wear them every night for 6 months.
Oh, there's not enough Febreze in the world for that.
We just want to confirm that Sean Batty was not in the toilet when he recorded The Weather as Justin Currie thought.
I apologise.
He was maybe up on the roof at the massive STV Weather Centre.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
It was,
I could hear some sort of dials and
yes, things going on.
Instrumentation
Gadgets.
around them.
Yes,
Gadgets.
That's
yes,
it. Not
Some
a flush.
levers.
Justin Currie from Amitri is in the studio with us this morning, and you've got a tour coming up. You do have a tour, but before we get to that, when I was a young lad and I'd be watching the like Top of the Pops, I'd see you and I'd see Deacon Blue and Texas and Wet, 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 etc., 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 the Proclaimers, Hue and Cry. And then I would go and buy that compilation album, which was the Best of Scotland, and all these bands would be on it. And I always thought that you guys were like all the best of pals. You were in a team. You were all like hanging out together. Is that true? Did you all hang out together? Because Scotland is a small place.
Most of us all shared a big dormitory. In a house on the borders.
And toured in a camper van.
I mean, it's sort of random who you meet and who you don't meet. But I suppose if you're from exactly the same generation, like you're talking about Love and Money, and Hipsway. I mean, we played football with James and Skin. So because we were very similar ages, we would be hanging out at the same gigs. So yes, a lot of us did kind of know each other.
See, when you say you were playing football, was it like Amitri against Hipsway at fives?
No, because nobody in Amitri could play football.
All right.
So if we'd made up a team, it would not have been good. No, it was always a mixie.
A mixie.
Yeah, although there was a controversial game between Amitri in inverted commas and the Kevin McDermott Orchestra, who were opening for us at a gig. And so we got our truck driver to play because he was not bad, and our tour manager was an ex-pro,
right?
But with a very bad knee. But the Kevin McDermott Orchestra sneakily brought on a guy who was still playing for like Maryhill Juniors or somebody,
right? A ringer,
and a total ringer, and we got slaughtered. And there was very bad blood for a good half an hour after that game.
What was the atmosphere at the gig like that night?
Well, I don't want to say anything, but they weren't very loud.
Oh, yes.
I like to think that you were in a dormitory. All of yous.
Yeah,
I love the idea of that.
when I was growing up, I had the fantasy that all bands should live like the Beatles in the movie Help.
Yes.
Where they have separate front doors, and when they go in, all the houses are linked up. I honestly tried to make that happen. I tried to get us all to move into the same flat.
With who? Who you tried to do that with?
Ian and I shared a flat, and then I tried to get the drummer and guitar player at the time to share the flat with us. I'm really glad.
It didn't happen.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard enough sharing a flat with Ian because for about 3 years we would get up in the morning and, you know, we'd been watching the telly. So our lives were exactly the same life. So you just ran out of things to say to each other.
Just sitting there looking at
and
him.
then we'd have a cup of coffee, some cornflakes or something, and then we'd go to the bus stop and get the bus into town because we lived in Knightswood at the time. Bus into town, then we'd rehearse for 6 hours, and then we'd have a cup of coffee, get back in the bus, get back home, and we hated each other after about a year of that. And we literally never said a word to each other because it was just, we were living the same life. It was awful.
And see, now when you go out on tour, because you've got a big tour the whole of November, whole of December, are you on the tour bus?
I'm not sure for this tour. Sometimes you are. And I think for this tour, just the crew are on the tour bus. I love tour buses. The great thing about a tour bus is no matter where you are or what you're doing, your bed is right there.
Yeah.
So, and you're never far from a bed.
Straight off the stage.
Whereas even if you're in a really posh hotel and with a lovely, you know, feather down bed, if it's 45 minutes away and you need to lie down, and I'm not just saying that because I'm ancient. You know, when I was 25 and you know, had a hangover every morning on tour, you needed to know you had a bunk there.
Right next to you.
But I think for this tour, we're just in a little van driving during the day, which is a shame.
The tour is past and present. That's the name of it.
You're right. I have nothing to do with the titling of it.
It's your tour, Justin. Celebrating 40 years.
Well, there was a huge argument about this because
Well, clearly an argument you weren't involved in.
Well, I was involved in it, but then I just gave up fighting because they wanted to call it like a greatest hits tour. I'm like, well, we always play the same 10 songs. We've only had a small number of things you could even vaguely call a hit, and we definitely play them. It's like, what's the point in saying, oh?
So it's called The Past and the Present.
And it will indeed be songs past and songs present. Not too many songs present, because when you play those, everybody goes to the toilet or the bar.
And one of those songs from the past, it's Spit in the Rain. And I'm going to play that. It's my favourite song from Dale Amitri.
For some reason, this was the song that Scottish taxi drivers always mentioned. I don't know why. I wonder if it got a lot of airplay on the
Maybe the
station.
night shift.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like
What are you saying? they only played it at 2 a.m. That's what it was.
So how did this song come about before we play it? Do you remember?
I do remember writing. I was trying to write something very American, and I was quite into an American sort of blues folk singer called Ted Hawkins at the time, who had a funny tuning in his guitar. So I had a funny tuning in my guitar, and that's basically where it came from.
That's how it came about?
Yes.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been trying to write other songs on a funny tuning in that guitar, and they all sound exactly the same.
Lovely. Have you enjoyed it?
I have enjoyed it, yeah.
I'm
saying that quite genuinely, actually.
What were you expecting?
Here's my face if I was lying. I have enjoyed it.
Let's see your genuine face.
I have enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, see? It's in the tone of the voice as well. You're much more livelier than you thought you were going to be as well.
Yes. Well, your positivity has raised my game.
Oh, I love that.
And you're 5 minutes for the building. You cycle to here, so there's no excuse not to pop over every now and then and say hello and have a coffee with us.
There is no excuse.
No. And because you were a former chef, we could pop over to your house for lunch one day.
I'm definitely going to be busy that day.
That day. Okay. Because Kat wants a copy of your book.
I do actually, yeah, I do.
I'll get you a paperback. There's going to be a paperback, which I've got to write another bit on, which I'm slightly worried about.
Will you have to send that to somebody because you've upset them?
No, the other bit's going to be. I'll be rude, but not about people I know.
You are going to be going on tour later this year,
Yeah.
and you're all over Scotland. Kat's got the details because I know, Justin, you just turn up.
When it comes to tours, dates, it's
You don't have a clue.
need to know basis.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If I need to be somewhere tomorrow, I might need to know where it is, but I don't necessarily need to know where it is.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but you are very open about your Parkinson's diagnosis and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You've got a big tour here.
Yeah.
Does that excite you or give you a bit of fear or a bit of both?
I mean, to be frank, you don't want to think about anything over about 5 or 6 months because you don't know what you're going to be feeling like then. So that's partly why I don't really look at dates until I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do them. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do these, but you don't really want to think that far to the future.
But you're looking and feeling great right now.
I feel great. I feel great. You know, I've had amazing treatment through the NHS, which has really saved my career, I have to say. So yeah, I'm feeling fantastic. But that doesn't mean to say I'll be feeling fantastic next year. So yes, when people start mentioning things in 2027, I just kind of look up at the ceiling and go, "Oh, that sounds lovely."
And how did you find out? How did the diagnosis come about?
I spotted a tremor, which I was a bit worried about. Went to my GP, and me and my GP just looked at each other, and we knew straight away.
Did you?
I mean, they've got these really basic tests. I mean, one of the great things about something like Parkinson's is it's pretty easy to diagnose because there are just very specific tests. You can really simple physical tests you can do, and straight away you can be pretty sure that it's going to be a diagnosis very like something like Parkinson's. So that's one of the good things. You don't spend years chasing why do I feel like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And you did say that by being a musician you found out earlier, so that's an amazing thing.
Yeah, because I was on tour. We did a British tour in 2022, I think it was. Maybe the end of 21, I can't remember. And I was not getting any better night by night, whereas normally after 10 gigs, everything is muscle memory and you're on autopilot, and the bass playing gets easier, singing gets easier, and everything was getting more difficult. And I thought, that's not good. So I went straight to the doc. And
Did you know yourself, within yourself, before you got to the doctors?
Because I know somebody who's exactly the same age as me, funnily enough, who got an really early diagnosis of Parkinson's. So I was quite familiar with the way he feels, and the way I was feeling completely matched up with what he'd been saying to me. So I strongly suspected that's what it was. So it wasn't a shock. It was just a bit depressing.
And I guess the earlier you find out, the quicker you can get started on treatment, though.
Yeah, and I wasn't on the meds for the first year because we decided not to. Me and the neurologist, we said, right, let's wait for a year. And then he said, I'll confirm it in a year. But the meds have saved me, absolutely saved me.
6. And this is the bit I love about this tour, because there's a choice to be made, okay?
Right.
Because you can either Glasgow Royal Concert Hall on the 6th or the Barrowlands the 8th, the 9th and the 10th. So if you want a nice sitting down Amitri experience, you go to the concert hall. If you're a bit of a crazy kid like myself and you like getting sweaty and covered in beer, you go to the Barrowlands. But you've had to add extra dates already for the Barrowlands.
Yeah, which is remarkable. Thank you very much, everybody that's bought tickets. That's encouraged the promoter to put more shows on. I'm genuinely pleased about that. I mean, we over the years, occasionally we get offers in to do things like the SEC. I guess now it'd be the Hydro.
The Hydro,
I mean,
yeah.
we did the Hydro once during Celtic Connections. But that's not really our sort of venue. So, yeah, I'm extremely pleased and proud to be doing... Is that 4 nights in Glasgow, you're saying?
There is 4, 3 at the Barrowlands.
So,
yep.
Yes, so to do that rather than one of the bigger rooms is
So
always preferable.
You're giving yourself more work, but you're having more fun doing it. Is that what you're saying?
More work, you're at home, and you don't feel like you're sort of selling out in a way, because those big venues are tough. They're tough to sound good in. And they sort of need a bigger show, and that's not really our thing. We've never been into having video screens and things. We want you to squint to make us out.
We're all of an age we are anyway.
Exactly. We don't want anything in close up.
Justin Currie from Amitri, it's been an absolute pleasure seeing you this morning, chatting to you.
Yep.
The best of luck with the tour. You are only 5 minutes away from where we are, so there is no excuse, and I genuinely mean that for you to pop over whenever you want.
Thank you.
Our door is always open.
Thank you.
Not that you need to come in here and plug tickets because they're going to sell out anyway. But it's been great, and I'm going to finish with this. It's a message from John. He says, can you please tell Justin Currie he is, for me, one of the best songwriters on this planet. Love Justin Currie and Amitri.
That's very kind of you, Johnny.
That's lovely. Yes, so don't be a stranger. Come
Don't be a
back
stranger.
in. When
Thank
you've
you.
got the book, we can give some away maybe.
Aye.
And remember, the tickets are available right now on Ticketmaster.
If we give some of my paperbacks away, then my fridge will fall over.